It is unfortunate that the Parliament could not function on account of arrogancy and adamancy of the ruling party. The ruling party tried its best to cover up all these scams, be others, Commonwealth Games, or the spectrum allocation. But because of the firm attitude of the opposition, the Congress party is today totally exposed. They have actions because of the opposition insistence and the media questioning. And also, at times, because of the Honorable Supreme Court. They have not taken any action on their own. The one-member committee appointed by the government to inquire into the spectrum policy could not inspire confidence in anybody, because the committee is not a court of inquiry and there is no assurance that the report will be accepted. It is seen as a diversionary tactics. Second, the Minister of Telecom was telling all the time whatever he did was within the knowledge of the Prime Minister. He was not contradicted till the other day. And the way the government and the PM dealt with this CWG as well as spectrum allocation does not inspire confidence. And it is 14 months since the CBI started investigation. 14 months. But they could not question anybody so far till the other day. The government started acting when it's left with no option. Whether it is CAG report indicting the government for 1,76,000 crores, or the Supreme Court's critical remarks about the delay, and the firm stand of the opposition, the government took even these nominal actions. The opposition was able to make the people realize that this government is trying its best to cover up the scams, and the public opinion today is strongly against the government. Whatever the ruling party may say. And we are seeing every day how the spokespersons and ministers, a new minister, advocate turned communication minister, arguing the case, the last case outside. One day they suddenly say it's the RSS agenda, JPC. If somebody tells them JPC's RSS agenda, they're not accepting JPC's ISI dictation. It will be as foolish as it is. One day, suddenly they remember what Sri late Hemant Karkare has said to divert attention. And then party says personal opinion. General Secretary of the Congress Party. दिग्विजय जी, जिन्होंने दिग्विजय 10 साल राज करके वहां पूरा समाप्त कराया मध्य प्रदेश में, उनका निज राय है. Let me make it very clear, the opposition is insisting JPC on not only spectrum allocation but also on the Commonwealth Games, other scam and other related scams. We'll take the issue to the people. The NDA will announce a program tomorrow. I am just now told that the Parliamentary Affairs Minister called the action of the opposition as criminal. Allowing the loot of 1,76,000 crores. Is it criminal or questioning is criminal? Allowing 60,000 crore scam in Commonwealth game, defaming the nation. Is it criminal or questioning is the crime? Umpteen number of times, Congress party, the same people, did not allow the parliament to function. Please note, even in this session also, half of the days congressmen were holding placards, forgetting their ruling party. One day Karnataka, one day this, one day that. That means they are also equally responsible. We have earlier, and Parliament could not function for 43, 45 days on a 64 crore Beaufort scam. And today, see the dimensions. And still the Congress party and the government has the audacity to justify and criticize the opposition. You owe an explanation. You want to cover up, that's why you are refusing inquiry. This is one point, friends. Second point is very important today. There is an unprecedented agri crisis in Andhra Pradesh and parts of Tamil Nadu. Because of incessant and untimely rains, the farmers are affected very badly and their backbone is broken. 25 lakh acres paddy is totally drowned at the time of harvest. This is something never happened in the recent history. 5 lakh acres of commercial crops like mirchi, onion, cotton, tobacco, turmeric were also affected badly. Black gram and red gram. This is the 9th day. The farmers' hay stalks which were cut after the harvesting are all in the water even today. Some after cutting, some before cutting, that is before harvesting and after harvesting. The drainage system has totally failed because they did not take up repairs for the last 5 years. And the farmers are literally crying. The other day, the party has asked me to go around. I visited some districts. The farmers are literally crying because normally flood occurs during rainy season, sometimes heavy rains. But this is not a rainy season. It is a harvesting season. And this rains, this year, Andhra Pradesh is having continuous rains from July to December. Continuous rains. giving small breaks in between. And now, when the paddy is about to be harvested, the water logging has taken place and farmers are not able to lift out that crop from the field, and they have taken various steps. You will be surprised. People in Delhi, it's not easy to understand because the paddy cultivation and other agricultural cultivation is a tricky issue. They tried their best. I will just give 2 examples. One, they tried to tie it, make it stand and tie it. For that, per acre, 4,000 rupees expenditure. That also collapsed because of continuous rains. Second, they have purchased lorry loads of salt, and started spraying it on the paddy with the hope it will not lose color and do not germinate. That also did not help. Thousands of rupees have been spent on that. Thirdly, some people hired motor pump sets and started lifting the water. But one farmer lifting the water, it goes to the other farmers because the drainage is not working. And even today, thousands of farmers are on the both sides of the canals, on the bunds of the lands, waiting because there is again a threat of depression in the sea. What will happen, nobody knows. The weather also is not shining. So they are crying because they don't know what to do, because huge investment, fertilizers, seeds, pesticides, labor charges, everything they have spent. And now when they are about to get the crop, this is the effect. There is a saying in Telugu, I don't know what you call it in Hindi, Notikada kudu teesesnattu. It is about when you are about to eat, somebody takes away your hand and removes that foodstuff forcefully. It's like that. That is the situation today. They are looking to state and central governments. I went around, the farmers told me, sir, please do something at the central level to come to the rescue of the farmers. Today, a high-level delegation of senior leaders of the BJP met the Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Manmohan Singh ji, under the leadership of Sri L.K. Advani ji, our leader, and leader of the opposition Lok Sabha, Sri Sushma Swaraj, Sri Arun Jaitley, myself, Sri Gopinath Rao Munde, Deputy Leader in the Lok Sabha, Sri Purushottama Rupala, MP and in charge of Andhra Pradesh BJP unit from the Central Party. We all met Prime Minister and gave him a memorandum explaining the problems and also giving certain concrete suggestions. Later, the Agriculture Minister, Sri Sharad Pawar, came and met all of us in Advaniji's chamber. He also received the memorandum. The Prime Minister assured us that he will discuss the issues raised in the memorandum with the Agriculture Minister, with the Commerce Minister and with the Finance Minister, because these are all issues which are interconnected by these various ministries. The main demands, friends, I don't take much of your time because I'm going to give a note or the copy of the memorandum which we have given. The last year paddy is lying with the farmers or with the millers because the price has come down drastically from 1600, it has come down to 950 per quintal. There was no buoyancy in the market. So we made a request to the government and Prime Minister, allow export of Sona Masuri rice after keeping the needed buffer stock. Secondly, we said that this discolored paddy arrangement has to be made by the FCI, by the Central Warehousing Corporation and also by the State Warehousing Corporation to procure it, and with the help of millers go for boiled rice and export wherever is possible and relax the specifications to the extent possible. It may require 20% relaxation. Earlier they have given relaxation 3 to 5% in Andhra, so around 13 to 15% in Punjab. But this time it's going to be much more. The third thing is, we wanted 5,000 rupees compensation for the time being to take care of the expenses. Fourth one is reschedulement of the loans, with the Government of India taking care of the interest portion to be repaid in 3 to 4 installments with the first year moratorium and then 3 years repayment schedule, but interest to be borne by the central government. Then we also requested for coverage under insurance scheme, crop insurance scheme, with the farmers holding as a unit instead of current mandal as the unit. The export of BPT 5204 rice, Sona Masuri, to other states and also to abroad also wherever there is demand on the lines of basmati rice. And we requested Prime Minister to declare this a calamity of rare severity. Calamity of rare severity. And we have requested the central government to provide enough funds to the state so as to meet the obligation of input subsidy, which the state government is not able to give. The Prime Minister said, whatever is possible will be done. He was not specific, but on every issue, he said, I will discuss with the Agriculture Minister, I will discuss with the Commerce Minister. And he also agreed, yes, there is a need to assist the farmers in a big way because they have been affected. And then the Agriculture Minister met us. He says that relaxation of the discouraged, color relaxation will be given 16%. Then he said, reschedulement of loans is agreeable. Interest payment by Government of India, they said they will consider positively. With regard to compensation to the farmers for 5,000 rupees minimum, he said a policy decision has to be taken, he will go to cabinet. Then with regard to the insurance coverage, he said he will call the meeting of insurance companies and work out the modalities, how to liberalize it further and cover all the crops. Then he said with regard to pressing the food corporation to the picture, he said that steps will be taken immediately because one team has been sent to Andhra Pradesh. The moment the team comes back, he will take necessary steps. About export of BPT 5204 rice, he said in principle he is agreeing, but he will take the views of the state government and take necessary action. Then we also requested additional wagons to be provided for transporting this paddy. That he said he would discuss with the Railway Minister. Then we requested the Prime Minister to advise the Agriculture Minister to visit Andhra Pradesh at once, for which Agriculture Minister said, PM said he would talk to the Agriculture Minister. Agriculture Minister said, yes, I also would like to visit Andhra Pradesh, but after doing something, let me act on this representation. I will consult my officers, work out the modalities, how to go about it, and then I will certainly come and visit Andhra Pradesh. This is what the Agriculture Minister has told us. Friends, this situation has to be seen to understand. It is a scene to be seen, to be believed. A really horrible situation. In my 30 years of public life, I have never seen such a situation. When we went around and the farmers started weeping, I also started crying because you see everywhere water in the entire fields and every farmer is in tears. Even the women folk, they came to roads, they were all saying, please do something. And another problem is 65% of the farmers are tenancy. So they lost everything. They have to pay back the tenancy amount. So they are also practically crying. So far, 24 people died in Andhra Pradesh on account of this untimely rains. 8 farmers have committed suicide yesterday and day before. And once this trend picks up now, there is a psychological effect on the people. We told the Prime Minister, please understand the backdrop of Andhra Pradesh where thousands of people committed suicide earlier from the agri sector. I have some of the pictures of people who are all interested in agriculture and have sympathy to understand the problems. They can go through it. I have a complaint against the national media, to be frank. Their counterparts in Andhra Pradesh, I told that in Hyderabad also. See, and such a calamity happens, 25 lakh acres of paddy, 5 lakh acres, covering 15 districts. So much devastation. The national media is not even aware of it, or did not even print even one line about it. We have all other things dominating this thing. It's their choice, I don't quarrel with them. But please try to understand, they are the annadatas, they are the producers of food to all of us. They deserve some sympathy and attention, and they deserve these issues to be highlighted. We have all stories coming up in newspapers, front page stories, page 3 stories. Rakhi Sawant, who is it? Rakhi Sawant, no? Walk out and talk out and wash out, ma'am. Parliament, we have seen what has happened. We discussed at length. We discussed at length spectrum allocation in Parliament. What happened? I would like to ask the ruling party, did you take single action after our discussion in Parliament? You did not. Ji? Are you sure? A judicial inquiry has been set up and it's going on. One good thing happened, because after Congress took up the cause of Karnataka, one good thing happened. Now the facts have come out. That's why congressmen are not talking anymore about Karnataka, because Karnataka Congress Chief Ministers and JDS Chief Minister has given thousands of acres of exemption from the acquisition and allocated plats in their discretionary quota. When these things came public, they now are not talking more about Karnataka. They are talking about RSS, they are talking about Hemant Karkare, they are talking about something else. Now today they called us criminals also. This sort of attitude by a ruling party, this is not going to help anybody. We are ready for a JPC in Karnataka also. Joint Assembly Committee of Karnataka, ready. Are you steady, at least here in Parliament? This is my posture to Congress party. Friends, I would like all of you to focus some attention on this. The opposition is not accepting, ma'am. The offer was made by the Chief Minister for information. Don't give judgment, ma'am. That is your opinion, na? If I say same thing about somebody, then you will be hurt. Okay. You don't find this as a corruption, 3 lakh crores, and you remember only Karnataka. That's the problem. Selective.
The government, I'm asking you a question, Mr. Naidu.
Please.
Government has tasked Mr. Ega for spectrum, and now it turns out that he was installed there at the behest of a certain industrial group. Now it turns out there are more tapes coming out, and the most serious conversation, the most serious implication is that a whole lot of cabinet ministers were installed there at the behest of one industrial group or the other. Mr. Praful Patel was there because of Naresh Goyal, and Kamal Ram was taking his 15%. Are you not going to make it? The whole business of cabinet formation is under question.
Yes, this is also a big question which is being discussed. It will be discussed in future also. Many more things will come out. आज कोई विषय नहीं.